You're such a good daughter. I try.
All right, so now I'm just going to fix the focus on this so we can all see it. And all right, so if today we're going to work on the white flowers. So there are several ways of making white. One of them is mixing the primary colors together and adding white. So we have here ultramarine blue, cadmium red medium, and cadmium yellow medium. Cadmium yellow medium and cadmium red medium have more of the warm red in them. Ultramarine blue has a bit of a red undertone as well. So it's more like red bias in there. And also, when we mix those three colors together and we get a black, then we add white, we can change the variation of the color we're getting. And I'll show you in a minute. Now, why do we do this? Because when you mix those three colors together and get a black, you get a rich, deep black, beautiful black that has a variety of different shades in there. You could see a bit different hues in there, like kind of a bit of red or a bit of blue, more on the, cool color or on the warm color. It's much more interesting than mixing black and white, and which is flat, and just black is flat. So these have depth in them when you mix them together. So if I take now those three colors, let's take ultramarine blue. And when you mix ultramarine blue with alizarin crimson, because both of them have kind of purple in them, you get the beautiful purple. A perfect purple. I'm going to take yellow, mix it in. Now I'm seeing gray because I put yellow in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to take more red to make it more kind of warmer. And if I want to make it darker, I'm going to put blue. That's darker. Now, if at this point, it's kind of like a dark, beautiful black in there. Not black, but it's a beautiful dark color, almost black. Now, if I take at this point, if I want to see, I'm going to put white, and you will see this is leaning more towards a gray purple. If I take a bit of red, more red, if I add more red, I'm going to put it here and put white in it, I'm going to get a very nice reddish gray right there. So this has more blue, this has more gray, red in it right there. I'm going to take yellow, let's take that and put it here. You can choose whatever color you want to see in there, in that white. And this gray has more of the yellow. See how they are? This has red, blue, and yellow. So I can take, let's say I want to put the color of this flower right here, and I want to see more blue in it. I'll just take the one that has more blue right here. Oops. And I don't need to do go too light, because you want to highlight. You want to have some room for highlight. I'm going to keep it wet. We'll probably use this for here. Let me see where the blue is. I want more blue.
That's the more blue gray?
Yes, that's the more blue right there. This is the more red in here, and this is more yellow in there. It's quite neat. It's really nice when you start mixing these colors, and you will see the shades that you're getting. It's different than mixing black and white and adding purple in it.
I found it interesting because it would dry, and then I would have to mix more color, and every time I did that, it was a different color.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So
the same again.
But it was neat. It doesn't have to be the same.
That's the whole idea. It's not supposed. It's not. Yes. The variation. You'll get a variation in the gray. It's not the same. So it's not flat. Every time you mix it, you see something different in it. So let's do this one. Let's take this color.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. Let's take this color. I'm going to put water on here. And do you want me to wait for you, or shall I just start putting color on this one here?
I haven't mixed yet.
Yeah?
I don't know. I haven't mixed it yet, but I don't know how this may.
All right. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm just going to put the color so it doesn't dry. The paint doesn't dry. And then we'll take it from there. Then I'll stop. And I'll give you time to do the same. That's the thing about acrylics, it dries fast. And also, if I want the ones in the back to have more blue, all I have to do, a blue shade, all I have to do is take some more blue from here, put it in. If I want it darker in there. Okay, some more blue in here, and then paint these in that bluish in the back there. Okay, and then let's do this one here. This is going to dry darker. For the one in the front, I'm just going to put a little bit more white because it's not as dark as the one in the back. I'm going to put a bit of darker inside here. Just darken it a bit inside. Inside the, right in there.
My color is green.
Okay, so you have blue and yellow. Too much blue and yellow. That's why.
Add more red.
Yes. To balance it.
Interesting. It's brown.
That's okay. Put white. And adjust. Once you put white, you can tell.
And now it's too brown.
That's okay. Put white.
Just
Did you
black.
put white?
Yeah, I'm going to add more.
Yes. And change. If it's too brown and you want it more on the, let's say, purple, not brown, add blue and red. More red and more blue.
Getting that right.
It takes a bit.
Yeah. Getting the balance.
Yes, it takes a bit of practice, but you'll see the more colors you add, it becomes nicer and nicer. You know, like you will get to know how to do that. Just you have to practice it. Just practice.
Okay.
And it's fun. It's actually really fun.
It's a challenge. So if it's more brown, I just keep adding white.
What color do you want to see?
What you got?
Okay, so it's more red and blue because you want to turn it into purple.
Okay.
But once you put white, you can tell. When you put white in there, you can tell what it's leaning more towards. I mean, all colors usually, they look brown, especially when you mix red and green. You get brown. That's what you get. So if you want to change it, just add white so you can see it. You see what you're getting there. And then reshuffle the colors, you know, just to get the color you want. So you are working with colors that have a red undertone, so they all have the same kind of harmony in when you're mixing them. If we add, let's say, instead of ultramarine blue, we put cerulean blue, then you will get a muddier kind of color in there because cerulean blue is cool. So you will get a bit of, you're mixing cool and a cool color and a warm color. When you mix a cool color and a warm color, it's undertone. It doesn't have to be actually like cool. It doesn't have to be purple. It could be sometimes yellow. Cadmium yellow light is a cool color. Okay? Although cadmium yellow light, although yellow is warm, but because it has more green in it, the yellow has more green in it, it shifts towards the cool color. Cadmium yellow medium is warm because it has red in it. So it's more like an orangey. So these colors, knowing what's in them and if they're cool or warm, helps when you are mixing your colors not to get muddy colors. You will get to know exactly what you're going to get once you mix these colors together. When you get to know your colors in terms of temperature. I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause for a minute. All right, so now we're going to highlight the one in the back. All I did is I added white to the original mixture that I have here, which we mixed blue, ultramarine blue, cadmium red medium, and cadmium yellow medium, and we added white. We made it a little bit more on the purple side, so more blue and more red. And now I'm going to slowly highlight. I'm not going to go too light right away. I know acrylic dries darker, but I like to highlight slowly. And my color is kind of more like a, it's not opaque. It's kind of opaque, but runny, not thick, not too thick. I'm using a round brush. I'm sorry, I have to put this here because I need to put my hand. All right, now I'm going to start with the one in the back. I dip my brush a little bit right there, and I'm going to start with this one. It doesn't really have to be exactly what you see in the back, in the reference. But it's nice to keep an eye on the values. Okay, so this one here is slightly darker. So I see in that one petal a couple of values in there. It's going to dry darker, and that's okay. I will highlight it slowly. This is, again, I'm going to bring in a bit of dark, not dark, the original color in. It doesn't have to be exactly the same original color, because we will never get it back, of course. Put some water in here. Water allows me to, a thin layer allows me to create a kind of a transparency. Now I'm going to take the other color that has a little bit more white in it, and I'm going to come here and kind of enhance the lighter color that I see in here. And slowly I will start adding a bit more white where I need to see it. I want to see it. Strong white. Okay, this is good. I'm not worried about the background because I can clean it up after. This one here is darker, but it's not flat dark. So I'm going to add a little bit of a dark color in there, the darker shade. And slowly just highlight the part right here, and keep the inside dark. Now I'm going to take more white. Water. Change my brush into a smaller one, smaller brush. I'm dealing with more white now, lighter color, so it's better to have a smaller brush. If I put too much white in here, it's going to come forward. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on how much white I'm putting in here. And I will glaze it and tone it back, to push it back if it's too much white. Okay, let's take a bit of this color back and darken inside here. All right, a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to take this strong white. I need to do the one that is in front, because that, not front here, there's a petal there in the back that is a strong white. I need to put that so I can gauge how much I can go in terms of highlights for the one in the back. And still, even if I do that, I have to wait until I do this one here, and then I can gauge how much light I can put for the one in the back. Let's do this one. So this is white, but it's mixed with color. It's not pure white. Go a little bit darker. And highlight this one here. I'm going to let it dry, and then I will come back and adjust this shape. And also, maybe do a bit of negative painting, but we'll see. Okay, so there's a strong white in this one here, and I need to put a bit of white, more white in the one next to it. All right. Okay. enough working on this. Don't want to add too much detail in here. I'm just going to put a bit of more white in there. White mixed with the color. Okay, we're good. So putting a bit of yellow ochre in here, and some burnt umber. I know you can't see it. I'll bring it, I'll push it back. Right here.
Oh, for this.
Yes, center. For the center. Shh, do that, jeez. Okay. It helps because once you put colors right next to each other, it changes the look and the shape. It looks sometimes much better when you add the other colors in there. Okay, now again. I'm going to put some in here, dark, and then I will highlight. It helps if I don't see the canvas color, the original canvas color. It helps a lot when you start seeing a flower. Right. Since we're working with white now, I'm going to go back and start highlighting this one here, or we can wait for next week if you like, but no, we have time. Let's do that. Mid-tone. I better change my brush because I have more control with the round one. With this. At this point, I can bring some of the original color that I had here, I made, and just this will help me kind of blend. And also, it doesn't really matter at this point if I have more red, more blue in that dark color that I'm using. That's why when you mix a blend like this of 3 primary colors, you don't really worry too much about what you're going to, getting the same color after, exactly the same color. Let's take a bit of more blue. Yeah. So I'm mixing and I find that it's too red. I'm adding a bit more blue to bring it more to the blue side. But even if it doesn't, even if it's not blue, even if I don't end up with the blue, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to do all of the ones that are mid-tone together, and then I will highlight. It's easier. Wow, there's a lot of flower in here. Also starting, working slowly from one value to another, it just kind of gives you that soft blending, which is very hard in acrylics. It's very hard to do in acrylics, the soft blending. I'm using a small brush at the same time, and I'm doing that soft blending again, because this petal is still wet, so I can do that. I can do blending in here. I will highlight this more, but I'm doing it slowly, because then I will have layers of soft transition of the petal color. Okay, good. Right, next one. Now I know this one has a lot more white, so I can kind of go in with a stronger white in here. I need to turn it around. This way I can work on the edge of the petal. I will turn it around in a minute. Also, again, I'm not worried about getting a perfect edge right now, because I can always work with the background to fix the edge of the petal. Get the smaller brush that has the darker color. All right. Let's move on to the next one. It will have to be done in stages. This looks really white on the screen. It's not that white. It is white mixed with some purple, or kind of a reddish purple. I'm going to get the small white brush, mix some darker, same color but darker, and just kind of try to blend it right now when it's wet. When this white is wet, so I get a soft blend. Now, if I want to adjust the color and make it more blue at this point, I can do that. Add some blue. I am not very. The blue in here is not kind of the color I'd like to see. So I'm just keeping a little bit of purple in there instead of kind of a grayish purple, instead of getting that hint of gray in there. Now, when we get to this point, we will start seeing kind of a darker value in here. These three are the ones that are really, really light. And when we get to the side, we start seeing darker. Let's take some red. This is blue. I'm seeing blue. I'm gonna get some bit of red. Again, a little bit more blue, so purple. Oh, I love this because, you know, it's like it has a little bit of red in here now, which is great. I don't want to see exactly the same color everywhere. And that's why this method of mixing the primary colors to get the white is really interesting. Except that acrylic is really hard to work with to get a soft transition from dark to light, because it dries very fast. Changing my brush from big one to small one to blend. Or to get kind of smaller lines if I want to have. Yeah, that's good. Let's take some dark, not very dark, it's kind of lighter than what I had here. A bit more white and mud in this color, and give this, it's mixed. It looks so white, but it's mixed with another color, another, like the base color. But it looks, although it looks very white. Let's put a touch of lighter color in here and more stronger white at this point. Again, you see me when I'm mixing white, I'm mixing it with the color, the original color. So although it's really white, but it's not pure white. It might look pure white on the camera, but it's not that pure. Because pure white is flat. I will add pure white maybe at the end in certain areas, and it will be a glaze, not an opaque color.
And what color is the glaze?
It will be white, pure white, but glaze, and it's very like a small areas, very small areas. So I'm building my highlights slowly right now. I'm not going too light right away. I am building my lighter colors, adding white to the original, putting some water, and I can see that there is pure white in certain areas, but not everywhere. And I'll show you. I'll try to show you in a minute before we finish tonight. So now I see that this area is flat. We should be able to see some kind of a movement. So I'm highlighting a bit the color, the original color, and I'm going to use more like a glaze to get movement. Same here. It's darker, but you can see movement now. You can see pattern. It's not flat. Also, same here. So this is what I'm trying to do, like adjust the pattern. Slowly. Again. All right, this one here has a bit of white. And I'm moving my brush with the shape of the petal. So it has a curve, I curve my brush. If it's flat, it's flat. But if it has a curve, I have to curve my brush. A bit of more white in here on this one here, because I know it's highlighted. So, and it's again the same idea. I think I'm trying to figure out what's the shape of this one here.
It looks like it curves backwards, like to
backwards.
The back. Like to the back.
Yeah.
That's how I did mine.
Curves backwards. Okay. It somehow connects with the one behind it. All right, now let's go to the back. We're going now a little bit darker. So I changed I darken the value a bit, darken my color, and I'm going to go back and add highlights in here. Because it's wet, I can blend, soft blending.
The highlighting never ends with this combination.
I know. Yeah, I agree.
I'm looking at mine and I'm going, oh, I need more highlights.
I'm just trying to make sure, well, if I can, it's not, you know, it's not important, but I'm trying to make sure that I try to highlight as much as I can. I mean, next week I can always, if I can't finish it this tonight, next week I can always put the strong highlights, the whites. But at least the midtones are done tonight.
It looks very nice.
Yeah, really nice. Beautiful.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. You know that. I like it. I don't know. I like to make it look more like this, like coming forward, not backwards. I don't know why. It just makes more sense to me.
You want to make it look alive instead of dying?
Let's try this way and see how it goes. If we don't like it, we can push it back to the other side, to the other corner. Backwards. So when you add your highlights slowly, you are more in control. White doesn't take over, and then you don't know, you're kind of struggling and trying to get it to look darker.
It looks good like that, yeah.
Pardon?
It looks good going forward.
Yeah. It looks too white on the monitor. I can see on the camera. I can see it looks way too white. But as long as you know that I'm mixing it with the original color. I'm mixing white with the original color. It's not just pure white. Now, if I want to use pure white at this point, I'm going to take a smaller brush because I have more control of how much white I'm putting in there. White, I'm putting white, okay? I am putting water in this white. So the bottom part, I'm just putting pure white with water in there. not a lot of water, but not heavy. White. Because when it dries softer. Because it's not opaque, it dries softer because it blends with the background. And also, it doesn't dry. When you put water, it doesn't look. The brushstroke is not dry. The paint is not dry. You know what you know what I mean? Dry, like when it kind of choppy. It's just kind of, it blends nicely. It's like cream. It's creamy. It doesn't show when I use white water with white with the paint. It doesn't show the texture of the canvas. It's smoother. The paint is applied and it looks smoother. Because it has water in it, it goes into those grooves of the actual canvas groove. And also when it's not heavy, when I'm using white and it's not just opaque white, I put water in it. When it dries light, but it takes the color the color it has underneath. So it's not like stark white. I'm trying to soften a bit this the dark color that's underneath, because acrylic dries very dark. See now, because I'm putting whiter color, this looks very dark. So I'm just going to go back here and soften this. That's better. And it doesn't have to be, could be just dry brush. Doesn't have to be. All right. I think it's enough for tonight.
That's great.
Thank you.
It looks very nice.
Gail, can I show you what I did?
Yes, yes. I'm just going to do
I think I need to go back and highlight.
Yes, I'll have a look. All right, I'm going to stop for now, and then we'll continue next week. All right.
Does it need more highlights?
I'm gonna hold on one minute. All right, done for this week. Next week we'll continue on the other flowers and then the cup.